Hi everyone. From the moment I created a video on QA, a couple of you asked for a video on VARC as well. And I thought what better than sharing with you the reading culture at IIMs and telling you the secrets that most IIM students are aware of. In a year, we are supposed to read about 40 courses, and each course has about one or two case maths, sometimes a book as well. Now, each case is about 17 to 18 pages long, and every day we are supposed to come prepared with at least three cases, which means a lot of reading and a lot of comprehension, which is required in a very short amount of time. So, I'll be sharing with you some skills which need to be developed not only for VARC but also for the reading that takes place after you get into a B school. So this is the structure of the video that I'm planning to follow. Please note that in this video, I will only be talking about the preparation strategy, that too only for RCs, because otherwise the video will become too long. Maybe we can take up the other elements in separate videos. Within RC preparation, there is reading and there is solving. And within reading, there is speed and comprehension. So in this video, I'll be sharing three main things: how to improve your reading speed, how to improve your comprehension, and how to solve the RCs better. And if you don't want to watch the entire video, I would highly recommend going through the comprehension bit at least, because that contains most amount of secrets. So the first thing is reading speed. Now, upfront, I'm telling you that it might take you 3 to 6 months to build a good enough reading speed. And a lot of people ask this question: if I'm not good at reading, what would happen? I used to read less than a book a month. So it is perfectly fine if you don't read a lot. I never went through news articles as well. So even if you don't read at all right now, at max it is going to take you 6 months to develop a good enough VRC skill set. Having said that, if you begin early, it is always going to be beneficial. Now, I'll be sharing with you 4 points. The first one is to never use offline material. So, I use this book called Arun Sharma's Verbal Ability, How to Prepare for It. Honestly, when you read an offline passage versus when you read an online passage in the CAT exam, there is a huge difference. Because in the offline version, you need to scroll through the paragraphs, you need to refer back to the text after going through the questions, you cannot mark anything on the screen, you cannot underline anything on the screen. So there is a lot of difference. You cannot even check the length of the entire passage in the online mode, whereas in the offline modes that's very easy to do. So my point being, don't use the offline material because the ultimate exam is going to take place in the online format. In the online format, you can use editorials which help the most. So I went through the Hindu editorials and the Mint editorials every single day. Read all of them. If you can't read all of them in the beginning, try reading at least one editorial article a day and keep increasing it. I will also share with you some extra resources from different kinds of topics that keep occurring in the CAT exam. You can go through all of them and start reading articles from them, build a habit. Third thing is regarding vocabulary. A lot of people fret about this. Time also gives you some cue cards to improve your vocabulary. Personally, vocab is not important for CAT. This is what I experienced from my journey. Some people might tell you that it's important. I could do away without it. My vocab was not already great. However, I believe you need to understand the context of a word when it is placed in a sentence. If you come across a word that you don't know the meaning of, it's always better to refer to the words around it and get the hang of the entire sentence rather than fretting about a single word. Fourth point is regarding novels. A lot of people say that you need to read a lot of novels in order to cat crack. This is not true at all. I did not read even a single novel during my preparation. It is a wastage of time, in my opinion, because when you read a novel, you're going through only one particular kind of a novel, which is one topic. Whereas in the CAT exam, you come across a variety of topics. So I would recommend you to go through the resources that I've shared in the description as well as the editorials and read from there. And an important point when you're reading, I've already said that you should read online, but you should also try reading on your desktop because that is how you're going to take the exam in the final case. Okay, so now let me share with you 5 tricks to improve your comprehension abilities. The first one is called passage by point, and it is going to help you the most in your comprehension skills. So, when you read a particular passage using this technique, you are not going to see a lengthy passage. You are going to see 7 small paragraphs of 5 to 6 lines each. And there is a point that an author of any passage has to abide by, which is that each paragraph has to stand for one single point. There cannot be multiple points in a particular paragraph. Therefore, you can summarize each para into just a couple of words or maybe a one liner and summarize and understand what the para stands for. So now you are not going to have seven big paragraphs. You are going to have just seven small phrases that are going to help you understand what the passage is all about. To give you an example, this is how we used to write while practicing during our mocks or otherwise, how each paragraph stands for. The second trick is called skimming the text. I have shared a paragraph in front of you. I would request you to pause the video and read the paragraph once. And now I would request you to read only the words that I have underlined after pausing the video again. If you perform this exercise, you would realize that even after reading the underlined words alone, you would get the same meaning of the paragraph as you would have if you would have read the entire para. In the first case, you would have read 49 words, whereas in the second case, you would have read only 21 words, thereby saving you 57% of your reading time. The point being that in order to crack this exam, you don't need to read fast, you just need to read the right words. The third trick is to not memorize any fact or figure. In the example I had shared earlier, I did not underline words like second or 3.3% for that instance. The reason is because you don't need to memorize any fact or figure for the CAT exam. In fact, even for the cases that we used to read at IIMs, we just knew where these numbers or figures were. We always could refer back to them whenever a case decision wanted it. And you can do the same. Whenever a question in the CAT exam requires you to go back to a particular figure or fact, that's when you do that. You don't have to memorize anything while reading it. The fourth idea is of transition words. Transition words help in connecting two separate ideas together. So, to give you the same example, words like despite, nor, or even, these are transition words because they help you in being prepared for a new idea that is going to get introduced after them. Now, to give you an example, the sentence that says, nor is it a feel good budget, even, you should know that after even there is something which is going to come which should have made the budget feel good, however it was not huge enough to have that kind of an impact. That is how you need to read a line and take a note of these transition words. The fifth and the final technique is called a comma effect. Now, whatever you read in between the commas sometimes can be an example of a parenthetical expression. For example, my grandmother, who was born in a small town, cannot go out of the house. The fact that your grandmother is from a small town has nothing to do with the fact that she cannot go out of the house. This is an example of a group of unnecessary words that are placed in between the commas and you can generally run past them quickly. However, if the information was relevant, then it would not have been a parenthetical expression. For example, my grandmother, who is old and unwell, cannot go out of the house makes sense. But my grandmother, who is an amazing cook, cannot go out of the house would not make sense and would be an example of a parenthetical expression that you can read past quickly. With this, we come to the last bit, which is how to solve the RCs. There are three further points that can be discussed here. First is regarding the sources of attempting these RCs. So I use the time sectional test and mock tests. I also use some free RCs for which I have shared the links in the description. There are about 500 plus RCs that you can find online to practice. The second thing is regarding the process. So, first you read the entire passage and then you attempt the questions. At least that is how it worked for me. And once you read the entire passage and you read the questions, if there is any information for which you need to refer back to the paragraphs, you can certainly do that. Also, the point that I shared about paraphrasing each para into a couple of words to understand its meaning, you should do that in writing only in the very beginning of your practice. For example, just for about a month, you practice like that. But after that, you should start doing the same mentally so as to save your time during the mock taking exercise. Finally, regarding the technique of practicing, the technique that I followed was to identify the rationale that renders an option correct or incorrect. So, in any RC, there are going to be four options, and three of them are going to be incorrect. Now, imagine you are the paper setter. You would need to insert some words or clues in each incorrect option for it to be easily identified as an incorrect one. Identify those clues. That is how I eliminated the incorrect options and arrived at the correct option. Words like never, always, maybe, they generally help you in arriving at a foolproof option which has none of these errors. To give you a quick summary of the entire video, I shared with you three things. One was how to improve your reading speed, in which I said use the online version and not the offline material. Also, don't focus on your vocabulary or your novel reading. Second was regarding comprehension, in which case I shared five tricks with you. And in the third case, I have shared how to solve the RCs, which is entirely based on one rationale, which is identifying the logic behind what renders a correct option correct and the incorrect options incorrect. With this, we come to the end of the video. And here I have shared with you the final score of my VARC section, which was 98.29 percentile. On average, my attempt in this section was around 28 to 30 questions, which you can convert into like an 80-90% attempt during your mocks, at least in the very beginning. Try to aim for that and then increase it and take it up to that level. So with this, I would like to thank you all for watching the video. If you have any questions, please put them down in the comments below.